We're live.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What's happening? Preggo Posse live tonight. What's going on, my friends? There's always going to be a little bit of an anticipation that we have to get live, and we are live now. And I'm here with my darling dear friend and co-host, Callie Morales, OBGYN. She is the Magician, people. How are you, Callie? You guys know me. I'm Brian, the Birth Guy. We got a lot to talk about tonight. How are you guys? We have a lot of hellos, so let's say hello to some of you guys. Hi to Leslie. Hi to Jessica. Hi, Janet. Hey, Myra. Hey, Brooke. Hey, Irma. Taylor. Oh, my gosh. I can't even keep up with all of you guys. Gabby. Lindsay. Look at all these people.
Share the page. Let's get as many people tuning in as possible.
Yeah, share. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about some crazy stuff tonight.
And we want to talk about what you want to hear about as well. So ask questions. We will try to get to your questions.
If not, we can get to them after if we miss them during it, because sometimes it's hard to keep up with that. Hi, you guys. Oh, you like the music. Leslie likes the music. Hi, Amber. That music is by Kenny Summit, by the way. He gave us permission to use his music tonight. He's of the Good For You Records label. And last week we had another great artist that helped us out. And next month we're going to have another great artist. I love this. We're bringing you guys some fun stuff. We love to share that. You guys, we're going to talk about a touchy subject tonight. We have 3 subjects we're going to talk about. One of them is going to be short. We're going to talk about induction. That won't be a short one. Then we're going to come back and I'm going to show you this car seat you guys are about to win that's not even on the market yet. It's only available in one place until October. And you guys can win it here tonight. We're also going to be doing another surprise giveaway. 2 of them. We're going to give away 2 lactolites. They go on your pump right here at the end, and you push a little button, and they light up. So at night, you go purple, or they go another color. I can't remember the other color. It's kind of disco fun. And you can see the...
Wait. Disco?
It's kind of disco. Yeah. So when you're pumping, you're pumping in the dark, but you're always wondering how much you're getting, right?
Is it full? I don't know. Does it feel full?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This time you can see it going in.
You don't want to spill
lights.
that liquid gold. This is important. That's kind of cool.
I love it. And so Lactolite is nice enough to be doing 2 winners tonight. So we're just going to have fun with helping you guys win those things tonight. We're so glad to be here, and thank you for all the hearts in the beginning. I know I felt like going, come on, let's get some hearts. It's like when someone comes out on stage and goes, let's do this. Or, right? Okay, that's how we're doing it. We're going to talk about induction. We're going to talk about this car seat, just a little bit on the car seat, because it's got some really cool things I want to point out. It's new. Like I said, okay, the other thing we're going to do is then we're going to talk about unmedicated birth, and we're going to try and do a really good Q&A at the end. So as we do induction, when we say go ahead and shoot some questions at us, then shoot your questions so it'll be easier for us to manage, because this is a sticky topic. And I want to tell you guys, because it's such a personal topic that can be very emotional for some people who have gone through it and maybe not have had the best experience, we're not going to point any fingers at any doctors tonight. We're not going to, say, I can tell you if you had a bad experience, I'm so sorry, and so is Kelly, and we hope that you have a better experience next time. If you had a great experience with your induction, that's great. But we're just going to give you guys some information about inductions and answer some questions. Keep it general. We're going to talk about some of the reasons why people have inductions. I want to start with my favorite one. Can I start with you?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to start.
Okay, why? You need one. Needs an induction.
I need an induction now. We got to get this baby beast out. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I've been really sick. Last show, Callie nailed it. I was sick. I was sweating really hard. I was having a really hard time. I wasn't feeling good. And I just got back from Mexico. I caught something. I've been sick for a month. Today is my first good day. And so...
He's back.
He is back, my friends, which is great. So let's go ahead and start talking about induction. I want to say one of the craziest induction things that ever happens is when Mom has not had any contractions. She's just hanging out. She's maybe 37, 38 weeks, usually around there. She's hoping that she's going to go into labor soon. They're having a good time, Dr. Morales. And then all of a sudden you get that call. I'm not having any contractions, but my water broke.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No contractions. Your water broke. You're not even in labor and your water broke, homegirl. That means that we got to get the party started.
So that actually happened to me with my first kiddo. Well, technically my second as well. But... usually when your water breaks, it is a signal to your brain to make oxytocin, the hormone that puts you into labor, right? But it doesn't always work out so elegantly. So your water breaks, you head to the hospital, you get checked out. Yes, your water's broken, baby looks great. Now what? Can you go home? No. Usually no. We're worried about things like the umbilical cord falling out. We're worried about the baby's loss of cushion, because that fluid used to be a good cushion around the umbilical cord. And when that umbilical cord loses that cushion, the baby can start to have some issues. So we need to make sure that now we know how your baby is doing with the contractions. If you're not having any, we need to help out.
And get them going,
and that
right?
does mean induction, unfortunately, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen. So there are a few steps to induction. And generally, I'm going to tell you what I tell my clients, and it may not be what Dr. Morales agrees with. She may not, but we're two people. We're just here giving you guys information. I tell my clients something when their water breaks. I'm like, run. No, I'm just kidding. That's not what I say. What I say is, if you're not having contractions, I want you to go take a shower. I want you to use antibacterial soap, or use something like HibaCleanse and rinse off really good, because you're up to probably catch an infection in about 24 hours. Right?
Yeah, sometimes even sooner.
Yes.
The 18-hour point is really the sticky point.
Yeah, and if you're, no pun, and if you're in a hot state like Texas in the summer, it could happen faster, especially if you've been running around all day and you're just like, oh God, now I got to get to the hospital, freaking out. Take a quick wash once that happens. Clean up. Get your stuff together. Go eat, because you're not going to be eating for hours. Probably somewhere between 15 and 40 hours if you're lucky.
Something like that.
If you're going to last that long.
Here in Texas, I hear Whataburger helps.
Yeah. Yes,
stop at Whataburger on your way in.
Not Chachos.
Not Chachos.
I had a patient do that. Let's just say,
sick.
Pull my finger. That's what I kept
hearing. You will
hearing.
be sick. So, how are we going to induce labor? So, you get to the hospital. We figure out you got to stay. Water's broken. You had dinner. The main way, really the one way that we can do that is with Pitocin. So, we talked a little bit last month about this, and Pitocin is the trade name of the synthetic version of oxytocin. Show them the arm, show them the tag.
You guys, this is it.
So
I am that committed. Can you see it on there? Hopefully you can. I'm looking at your messages. That's why if I'm looking at that, I'm not playing a game right now. I want to hear what you guys are saying.
Treacherous, that's good.
There it is.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, you almost see it. You didn't see it that well. Let's see. How's that better? I think that's going to be better. Maybe like this. I can't maybe. No, I'm just kidding. That's my oxytocin tattoo. That's how committed I am.
So we're going to give you Pitocin so that you can get a little bit of your own oxytocin going, so that now your water's broken and you're having regular painful contractions. It can be kind of like a snowball. We just need to get that snowball going. And then once it starts to gather momentum and gather speed, then the labor hopefully will progress from there.
Yeah.
So that's a very good point. So that's one version of induction.
That's one
Another
version of
one
induction.
would be an elective induction.
Yeah. But what happens sometimes in induction where we find that we can't get that mom to keep continuing progressing, even with Pitocin, even with Cervidil, or some people still use Cytotec, and those are things that are put into the cervix that help them ripen and start moving, so we get at least a little bit, so we could stick something in there, and, maybe put a balloon catheter in or something to pull some pressure.
Well, there's a little bit of a difference between cervical ripening and induction. Induction is really the labor part of it.
When moms are at zero, like they come in at zero and their water broke, I'm gonna have to do something with the cervix now.
Well, we wouldn't do Cytotec and we wouldn't do Cervidil. Nope, it's Pitocin.
Okay. Pitocin all the way.
Or nipple stimulation. But here's a deal with nipple stimulation. So, stimulating the nipples, you will release oxytocin.
Yes.
But this can actually be a fast-moving train that will either potentially A, not work at all, or B, it's going to work too well. And if you end up with too much of your own oxytocin, and it's a pretty powerful positive reinforcement to the system, you could actually end up with something called tachysystole, where you're having too hard of a contraction, too frequent, and then baby stresses out.
Yes.
Now, Pitocin we can turn down, we can turn off. Nipple stim, we can't turn it down or turn off. Once that's already been started, it keeps on going.
It can keep that train rolling. And sometimes babies can be a little bit high up, right? They can be up north here, and we need them a little more south, or moms might not progress very well, correct?
Right. So hopefully she's got some movement. Hopefully she's able to get up and move around and do some squatting and get on the birth ball and actually try and get her body to do what it's supposed to do.
To labor that baby down. Right. So what else about induction do you think can be a little tricky?
So let's say we're trying to, let's say we've got a potentially bad situation. Your blood pressure's up. You've got preeclampsia. You have gestational diabetes or diabetes before pregnancy, and it's really not very well controlled. And we're trying to make sure that we have a baby that is ready to come out, that's term, but we also want to make sure that we've got a safe situation. Toxemia or preeclampsia of pregnancy, not such a good deal. Need to have a baby, need to induce labor. It really depends on the situation, what your blood pressures are doing. It depends on your physician, whether that induction happens at 34 weeks because you have severe preeclampsia. We need to have the baby soon.
Yeah, because you can have seizures.
Right.
We covered that a couple of shows ago.
37 weeks or 38, or maybe you come in 39 weeks, you have a headache, you just come in to get checked out. Oh my goodness, your blood pressures are up. We need to induce labor. We need to have a baby because you're sick and baby can get sick as well. So that's another version of induction.
Yeah.
And then my favorite / least favorite, elective induction.
Yeah.
So
I'm going on vacation.
Right. Not such a good deal. But let's say mom has had, a really kind of tricky pregnancy. She's really uncomfortable. Her cervix is already starting to show us that she's probably going to be going into labor soon, but we don't know if that's tomorrow or next week. So it's already starting to open a bit. Maybe she's even had a baby before. So we know that her body can already do this. We already know that she's a good candidate and she would like to be induced. We can do that, but we cannot do it until after 39 weeks.
My whole family's going to be in town in 2 weeks. I'm going to be 39 weeks.
Exactly.
In 3 weeks.
Exactly, right.
But I want it in 2 weeks.
Is your cervix... No, can't do it. It's got to be at least 39 weeks.
No can do.
Because that's not a medical induction. That's now, as we say, a social induction or an elective induction.
Yeah.
So
it's leisurely.
Now let's say, okay, my husband is deploying. I used to hear this a lot in the military. My husband's deploying next week. Would really like to spend some time with his daughter or son before he deploys, but your cervix is very closed. I'm sorry, but your cervix isn't favorable. If we try to induce you and your cervix isn't already starting to open, we're basically setting you up for C-section because that is trying to get your body to do something it's not ready to do
Not even
yet.
close to ready.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand when the baby's actually down low and pushing on the cervix and pushing on the muscles down there, when it stretches a certain way, it gives off a physiological response that tells the body, now we need to get more oxytocin. Now we need to get this party started. Baby, your eviction notice is here.
Right.
You got to get out.
Slip. Here's your pink slip.
Yeah, no more free food. No more. Well, you'll still get free food probably as a baby.
Yes.
But no more. Darkness. No more quiet.
Right.
No more sleep when you want to sleep. Now we're going to mess things around a little bit. And you're going to come out to the light. Babies don't know we have ice cream and hamburgers out here.
Right.
They don't, but they will.
So your body may not be ready. So, well, then what about your due date? So we came up with your due date a long time ago, right? We said this is when your baby's going to come out. It's going to come out on the 20th of April. Well, technically that's an estimated date of confinement. We call it an EDC. So that's when we're saying, probably your baby would be coming out around this date, plus or minus a few days, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't really mean that the baby's coming exactly on that day or even the day before, technically even the day after. But we do know that after your due date, and Ryan's heard me say this a bunch of times, nothing good happens. The placenta gets old, the fluid gets low, babies get stressed out quicker. Meconium, the chance of meconium increases, and then that just creates a whole mess when baby's coming out. We're trying to keep that meconium from getting inhaled, so we got to have this kiddo. So after your due date, we're looking for a time that is convenient for the hospital, the physician, the patient, because we can't let this kiddo simmer too much longer.
Well, some people don't know this, but when you have meconium and the baby starts taking in a lot of that, ingesting a lot of that, it gets in the baby's lungs, and then when they come out, oftentimes we'll see babies with some labored breathing. They go like this, like that. Their noses flare like this. Like
or they make sounds, and mom and dad say, "Oh, how cute, he's singing." Like, no, that's not singing. That's the baby trying to get that air into the lungs and can't
so
because
they have to
there's
go to the NICU
inflammation.
usually,
right?
And get some antibiotics.
So there's that fine line. There's that sweet spot between trying to make sure that mom is ready, trying to make sure that mom's body is ready, that uterus and cervix are ready to cooperate
as close as possible, unless it's medically really endangered. Right.
Making sure that we don't have a baby that's well done.
Yeah.
We need like a medium, not even a medium rare. I wouldn't say a medium well. I'd say we need like a medium.
I love it. Nothing good happens after 40 weeks.
Nothing good happens after 40 weeks.
Or 2 a.m.
We need to have a kiddo. So now if you're
3
looking at
a.m.
having contractions on your own, let's say you are starting to have a lot of painful contractions, you had your cervix checked in clinic today and it was 3 centimeters dilated and tomorrow's your due date. That doesn't necessarily mean that tomorrow you have to be induced. That means, you know what, you're probably about to do it your own in just a few days. I mean, it's about to happen. It is just about to happen.
You got to chill. I tell my clients, I've got a client right now. I have a client right now who is, and we talked today, if you guys are watching, hi guys, check it out, and we chatted today a little bit on text, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? You guys have been a little quiet. They're like, oh my gosh, we're trying to get this baby out. I'm like, no, you just need to relax. Baby's going to come. We're only, we got a couple weeks to go, and the baby may come before then, the baby may come right after. You never know, right around that little time frame. But just be calm, be careful, and wait. And they have an appointment Wednesday, so they'll see the doctor Wednesday, and we'll know if mom's progressing or anything. Good. But sometimes, I mean, like we talk about all the time on the show, and other times I talk about this, some of my clients will be like 3 centimeters for 3 or 4 weeks. Doesn't mean you're in labor. It means your body was working a little bit. It means it's getting ready. And then when it comes, boom, you're going to be having a baby girl. That's how it goes, right? Or baby boy.
or
girl, boy. No, just kidding. All right, we got to have a little bit of fun.
What about a C-section? I mean, like, if we induced you, does it automatically mean that you're going to have a C-section?
Does not mean you're going to have a vaginal bypass surgery, but it's a possibility.
Right. And if we're inducing, not necessarily an elective induction, because by doing that optional elective social induction, we're saying, you know what, we think your body's actually ready. Yeah. So we're just going to kind of kickstart things. But let's say we have to do a medical induction. Yes, that does actually increase your risk just a bit of needing to do a C-section, because we're potentially trying to get your body to do something that it wasn't ready to do. And it's a difficult situation to be in, because now we want to make sure we've got healthy mom, we want to make sure that we've got healthy baby, but sometimes we got to intervene. And if we've intervened and the body wasn't ready, then sometimes that does lead to a C-section.
Yep. I have a couple tips, induction tips. Ta-da! Okay, so I'm going to give you guys...
castor oil.
No, don't do it.
No castor oil. Stay away.
Exactly.
You will contract and you will also be vomiting. It's
and
awful.
pooping and all sorts of stuff's going to be happening. Both ends, and not very pleasant. You don't want to push like that. You're going to be, oh gosh, no good. Okay, that's one tip for sure. The other tip is partners. Your partner needs to be right there with you and really support you through it, because my suggestion is try and go as long as you can. Even if you think you can't handle the pain, try and go as long and far as you can so you can be mobile. We are built to birth upright, to be moving around a little bit, to be getting on the ball and opening our hips, letting the baby come down, to listen to our body. Our body tells us what's going on. Your baby is communicating with you. When you're feeling a pain, that says move a certain way so you don't feel that pain. Come on, mom, let's go. Let's work together. And that's how your body and your baby work with you a lot of times. And, like I said, labor would not be called labor if it was easy. We call it vacation. So you got to remember, it's true that it does take a little bit of work, but partners is so important for you guys to start ahead of time, which I always talk about, really working together, talking about things together, slow dancing together, taking time to build your carve that little time out for your family before your baby's even here, and really use those things towards your labor. Makes such a difference. And an induction makes all the difference, because your support and what you can do as a partner makes it so much easier for your partner.
Yeah, I agree.
What other tips do you have? And then we'll answer a couple questions.
Well, everybody always asks me, well, what can I do at home? What are some home things?
Clean. Do my laundry.
Yes, clean, baking bread, baking in general is really good. No, but there are several, we talked about Old Wives' Tales last month, so there are several remedies or home remedies that folks have tried. Are there any scientific studies out there to prove that these things help? Absolutely not. There's maybe a little bit of science behind them, but nobody's raised their hand for that study yet. So, evening primrose oil, 500 milligrams. These are capsules that you can get over the counter, taken twice a day. I would suggest not putting them into the vagina like you might read about online.
People go for that.
People do it, but you start shoving things up there, and there might be some issues with that. That and the oil is just going to run out. You're going to lose it anyway. So just swallow it. You'll get your best bang for your buck.
Some people use it for perineal massage too.
Yes, no, that's fine. Yeah. That is okay.
Break them up and use that.
Right. So I have also heard fresh pineapple, fresh papaya, dates. And my favorite actually is hot and spicy food. So hot and spicy food, have you ever had something really hot and spicy and your eyes water and your skin turns pink?
Yes, you get pink.
That is prostaglandin. What puts you into labor? Prostaglandins put you into labor. Now, here's the deal, though. You start munching away on those ghost peppers, your heartburn's going to flare. Back to the whole vomiting thing. So you might get a little upset stomach, but
be careful.
It's an idea. You're at your wit's end. You won't really want to kind of move things along. And last but not least, sex.
Oh, yeah.
Semen has something in
brown
it.
Chicken, brown cow.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Yes, Guy.
Also has something very similar to prostaglandins.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Go walking around, go get your spicy Thai food on, and then brown chicken, brown cow later on.
Yeah, little massage, foot massage is great. Do some foot massage, leg massage, work your way up, gentlemen. Make some love, because the truth of the matter is, in your sperm, you have something that is very like prostaglandin-ish that will work on the outside of the cervix. You're welcome, gentlemen. That's all I can say. You're welcome. Our first question comes from our good friend Leslie White. Leslie, hi, how are you tonight?
Checking in.
And to all you other guys saying, hey, how are you guys doing? Jamie, Amber, Jessica, Justin, what's up? Okay, so Leslie says she needs our energy. Steven, how are you? Justin shared. Everybody's sharing. This is great, you guys. We love that. She says the first question tonight is, how soon after we have babies can we have another? Dang, girl. You're ready to get back in the sack, huh?
Short interval pregnancy is if you conceive within 6 months of your last delivery. So not delivering 6 months after, but conceiving 6 months after.
Yeah.
Is a short interval pregnancy. Some people would argue a year, but that means that you're delivering almost 2 years after your last. And there's actually even an expiration date for where the uterus doesn't have a whole lot of good blood vessels, and so you could actually have some growth problems if it's too long of a distance in between the pregnancies. So wait at least 6 months before attempting to conceive.
And then brown chicken, brown cow.
Right.
Can you do it with the song?
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Yeah, perfect. All right. We have another question that says... party while you pump. Oh, yeah, no, that's funny. That's not a question.
That's back to light.
Oh, Katie's getting induced tomorrow morning. Katie, we wish you the best of luck on your induction.
Good luck.
Like I said, you guys, just go real positive. Get some sleep tonight, for sure.
Yeah,
Get some
huge.
sleep, eat some food, because it's going to be a long journey. And Mom goes in the hospital. She is not eating anything when she's in there, unless she's on clears. And that doesn't always happen.
Or she's my patient, and she's allowed to have some snacks.
Some popsicles and little snacky snacks. But not typical.
Good luck.
Yes, good luck, my dear. Okay, let's see. We have Grandma Cindy's on. Hi, Grandma Cindy. She's nice. My Spectra Pump light is handy but bright. Yeah, these aren't as bright. Adam's on. Hi, Adam. Good to see you, buddy boy. I miss you. I want to see that baby when I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm almost there. Jessica Land says, Jessica Lee Austin, Ohio. You've got a lot of names, girlfriend.
Leslie's going to do fine.
She is. Yeah, don't be so nervous, Leslie. Preeclamptic, induced at 37 weeks, cervidil Foley, Pitocin, 2 to 3 days, no dilation, cesarean. I guess my body wasn't ready. That is a typical thing that happens. But you know what? I always tell people, you got to look at the sides of how birth works now. We have 3 ways that humans birth: technocratic, humanistic, and holistic. That technocratic aspect is having that OR around the corner, because if you didn't have it and you had preeclampsia and you were out in the wilderness somewhere trying to have your baby, probably wouldn't have made it. It's very dangerous. And so there's the upside to it. You're holding your baby. And it's not I'm not C-section crazy or vaginal bypass surgery crazy at all. I love people to get what they want. You know, if you really want a cesarean, that is your choice. Both of my daughters were cesarean births. They were both very sick, and I'm very happy that we had that option. Otherwise, I wouldn't have those 2 girls, and I love you guys very much, Evan, Daisy.
Lindsay brings up a good point. So, low amniotic fluid. This means that your baby's not making enough amniotic fluid. And that can actually be a signal that there's something going on with the placenta.
And placenta.
Right. So the baby is actually trying to shunt the blood to the heart and the brain, which are more important than the kidneys. So the kidneys kind of take a back seat, and they make less fluid. They make less amniotic fluid. So there's got to be a reason why that has happened, and we don't want to wait to find out what the reason is. We need to get baby out so that we can go ahead and resuscitate baby, and baby will get oxygen and nutrients instead of through the placenta, which might not be working anymore. That's where that came from.
That's how it works. Let's see here. Alexa just joined us. Hi, Alexa. She's my favy. Alexa's my manager. She's amazing. Nipple stimulation works, says Leslie. It works for me. All right, let's see. Janet says, Lindsay, that's what happens to me. I love when you guys talk to each other on our thread. It makes me so happy, because this shows that we're building a community, and you guys are all getting to know each other, and I love that. Thank you. Hey, y'all. Hope you're doing well. My wife, Angelina, delivered a baby 2 days ago after having been to be induced with Cervidil. However, it didn't take. So, unfortunately, long story. They did a C-section. The baby's breastfeeding like crazy. She's pooped 15 or 20 times. Blah, blah, blah as well. Problem is, she's lost 10% of her weight. Greenish poop. Sometimes babies get greenish poop because they're getting a lot of sugary milk, so it'll be frothy and green. So sometimes it's just really massaging out that hind milk a little bit. So that's something to think about. Okay, guys? Let's see. The other thing I was going to say is, with this, the problem she's lost 10% of her weight. Should we worry? How many days ago was that? 2 days ago? Well, 10% is kind of where babies usually come around losing, right? It lights them right around there. But
I thought it was 10 to 15, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's 15%. So they're probably watching baby closely, and they're watching for how many pee diapers, and they're probably also watching the baby's billy levels, and they're probably going to have you have a close follow up once discharged if you haven't been already with your pediatrician to make sure that you're getting that good latch.
Love it.
What if you're type 2 diabetic? Will induction happen at 38 weeks? So we used to think 39 weeks, and then we found out that there was a sweet spot with diabetic patients that they seemed to respond more, and that the C-section rates went down with induction if they were induced in the 38th week. This just came out this past year. Wow. So that's where that new 38-week recommendation came out, and that your doctor might be talking to you about, is that might be a more safe and effective induction for a diabetic mama.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love that. What else do we see here? I've been admitted to the hospital, but I have to watch you guys. Victoria! Watching from the hospital, I love it. Thank you. I'm so glad you're watching with us. That's pretty awesome. Gee whiz. That's wild. Katie has had a sporadic blood pressure for a very long time, plus highly anemic. Tomorrow's 37 weeks, and she's getting induced tomorrow morning. I'm glad you guys are watching. Is this helping you out? I hope it really is, getting some of this information. It's not that crazy, the info, but it's some things that people don't always get to hear and learn about, so we're glad that we're able to share that with you. Let's take a couple more questions here, and then we're going to take a break. How can I best help my partner tomorrow as dad during her induction to keep her stress down? You need to love on her. You need to tell her how beautiful she is. You need to give her support. Don't ever look and go, ooh. It's all, you're going to hold your baby soon. Mom, come on, let's try and get up a little bit. Let's move. Mm-hmm. You're going to feed our baby. We're going to be a family. Our family's going to be together. That's the talk that we want to hear. Tell her, talk about how you guys first met and how wonderful it is to start your family together. That's a nice thing to do. What do you think?
I think that makes perfect sense. And I think it's awesome that you're asking in the first place. So that's probably step
Great,
one.
Dad.
Is recognizing that
you would have a problem. I'm just saying. No, it's no
that you need to be there for your partner. That's pretty awesome that you're asking that question.
I love that. Leslie says, oh wait, I was first medicated and second natural, no meds. Second was smoother, quicker recovery, and I was able to walk, squat, and get that baby moving down, eat, drink, yay, Alamo, my doula, Amy Smith-Flores. I love Amy. I'm wondering how she's doing in Puerto Rico. I love her a lot. Amy was an angel. Amy is an angel. She's a badass. She was a military chick too.
That's cool.
Amy the doula. I love her. She moved.
Speaking of military, Dina Denigan is one of our awesome midwives over at BAMC. And
yes,
she says that she uses evening primrose oil vaginally and drink red raspberry leaf tea. Been having good results. Good, Dina.
Oh, I didn't even see Dina there. Hey, yes. Dina, what's happening? I missed the midwifery meeting the other day, vaginal birth meeting last week. I was so sick. I couldn't make it. I had labs in there. I'll get your ass in bed. So I was in bed. That was it. I was done. I told Norcross that. Is it Colonel Norcross or Captain? I forget. Colonel. Captain?
Major?
Lieutenant Colonel. I don't know.
Colonel.
Something awesome. She's a big deal.
We're in trouble if she's watching.
I know. I don't know her designation.
She's awesome. Regardless of her rank, she's awesome.
In the military. She's awesome.
Jamie Voigt says, I've been induced with all 3 of my kiddos. How would you suggest I do it on my own if I ever have a 4th? Jamie, I guess it really depends on why the first 3 were done in the first place. If they were just done for convenience sake, then maybe just waiting a bit longer.
Yeah, just check it out.
If they were done because of a medical reason, then I guess it would be those things that we mentioned earlier at home, trying to get your body to start to do things on its own with over-the-counter means.
All right.
And then I saw an important one that I hear this question a lot about contractions with an induction versus a spontaneous labor.
Yeah.
My take on it is, I don't know that it's the Pitocin that makes those contractions a lot harder, but it's this expectation of going into labor and having this very long process, it really kind of wears at your resiliency.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot easier to deal with a contraction when you come into labor and delivery because you're having your own contractions and they tell you you're 6 to 7 centimeters dilated and you're just kind of flying, you're going.
You're doing
and
it.
Seem like they're a lot easier to get through. Rather than if you're admitted to the hospital, you're not having your own contractions. Now we're having to do Pitocin. It's, a day into it, 24 hours in, and man, after 24 hours, those are just really
it gets rough.
Whether
because
the
you're not
actual,
sleeping, you're
right.
tired, you're getting worn out.
You're tired, you're sleeping. So
you haven't eaten. You guys, we're going to take a break in a minute here. Myra says that I'm hilarious. Thank you, Myra. I think I am. No, I think it's more fun when you're trying to learn something and you're having fun and you're laughing and having a good time.
Gotta do it. I'll be the serious one.
Yeah, Okay. You guys, we're going to take a break and take a look at some of our lovely sponsors like Lactolite. We're going to be doing a Lactolite giveaway a little later on, two of them. And we're also going to be giving away, what we're going to do next. Our next segment, we're going to talk about the new Britex car seat that is incredible.
And we'll try
it's an infant seat, the Endeavors.
We'll try to answer some of your questions. If we did not get to them, we'll try to answer them after the Facebook Live.
Yeah, there's so many. You guys are great tonight.
This is awesome.
I love it that you guys are interacting. We will go back and literally physically start answering some of the questions for you guys too. If we don't get to them all, there's so many of them, and we only have a little bit of time. Love it gives us new things to worry about. Renee says, "Damn, we need to walk." Oh gosh, you know what, guys? I will keep doing this. Let's get out of here and take a break. We'll see you guys in a couple of minutes.
Potty break.
Woo! And we're back.
Tell us about this, Brian. What is this?
Okay.
What is this?
So you guys remember last show we looked at the convertible versus an infant seat. This seat was not out yet, and you did not see this crazy thing here. I want you to feel how hard that is, Kelly.
So you talked about this car seat at the last one. But
I did. It wasn't out yet. This thing's not even on the shelves yet.
Hard. What is this for?
This is just in case someone comes in the car, you hit them with it. No, I'm just kidding. This is a steel ARB. That's an anti-rebound bar. I always call it the anti-rotation bar because what it does is, this is an infant seat, so it's rear-facing. Here's the car seat's going to be here. I mean, in the car, your car seat's in. Baby's facing out the rear window, right? Because you have the rear face. As you set this up, and you see it's got a little push button here. This is so cool. Look, it's got a little foot that moves it up. You can get up and adjust a little bit with the car, that's super simple to adjust. You guys, on top of that, it has a level on both sides, whether you're rear facing or forward facing. But we want this baby to always be rear facing because this is an infant seat. This will hold the baby up to 35 pounds. This anti-rotation bar, if you get in an accident, it will absorb the rotation shock and it will keep it 30% decreased. Whereas the convertibles, the convertibles that have this do 40%. But this is a smaller thing. This is for a little baby.
So do you have to thread this?
Did you hate that too?
I hate threading these
When we
things.
talk about threading, we're talking about when you hook the baby in here with this. You have to take it all apart and then put it in the next hole. You don't. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Grab this little red thing right here, squeeze it, and move it up and down. What? Are you kidding me? Isn't that simple?
So
it
as your
moves
baby
with the baby.
grows, you're able to do that.
Look at this thing. I'm gonna do it. It's hard to hold up in there. There we go. Look at that thing. It's moving up and down. One-handed.
That is
Woo! There's something else very special about this seat that we didn't talk about with the other seat. Say that you're out and about doing something, and you use an infant seat, like I said. It's so much handier than you have it in convertible in your car for an infant, because when you take it off and you go hang out with your buddies, you can go put it in the stroller and do all those things. Get rid of this. And then, see, mom has to leave, but you're hanging out at grandma's. But then something happens, and grandma's like, we gotta go. And you can put this straight up in the car, and it has a new European belt guide. That means you don't need a base with it. You stick it through here, and it goes right in. Isn't that crazy? You don't have to have another base.
And they see my cat in the background too.
Yeah, well, the cat, we're going to put the cat in
The
here.
cat is probably
Get
trying
in, baby.
to sit
Get in.
already.
No, the cat says no. That's a gigantic cat. I love the cat. Anyway, you guys, so this is the car seat we're going to be setting up. This is a car seat that is not available yet. It's only available at Buy My Baby right now, and that's limited. Next month it comes out, and we're going to drop ship one tomorrow to our lucky winner tonight.
So how do they do that? How do they?
I need you guys to share, and start putting your email addresses in there. Our producer will pick one of the email addresses, and when our producer picks that, we're on, babies. That's how it's going to go. We're gonna tell you who's going to win. Let's take some questions real quick. Let's see where we're at. Everybody's starting to put their stuff in here. Thanks, Britex. I love Britex. I love working with them. Great company. Good friends of mine now, and it's amazing. OMG, you do need that car seat, girlfriend. Start putting your stuff in there. ARB anti-rebound bar. That's what I said. Britex put that up. An additional level of safety for rear-facing car seats. It's awesome. I love the ARB. And I said, did you guys hear it, Britex, when I said I like to call it the anti-rotation bar, even though it's the anti-rebound bar? It's so nice. And it's steel. That thing was hard, right?
Yeah, that was. That's
it was
an awesome
great.
safety feature.
Okay, so let's look at this. We have some good. Justin says good advice from us. Thank you, Justin. Let's see here. Britex cool. Let's see. What's an ARB in a car seat? Oh, that's why they answered it. Yes. An ARB is necessary. It's awesome. So you see some people say anti-roll bar. It is the anti-rebound bar. I like to say rotation bar. Okay, so really nice car seat. 35 pounds, yes. Is this car seat 5 to 40 pounds? It's 35 pounds. Jason Walsh says, hey, he's on with us.
No, I think Leslie's asking
Liz,
how big can the baby be? So
and Arlette said 35 pounds because I had said you can hold a baby
okay.
up to 35 pounds in that particular car seat. So, OMG, she's in love with it. Wow. Can't see. Whoa. Britex car seats for 4 pounds to 35 pounds, yes. So, if you have a 2-pound baby, sorry, you're out.
How much does the actual car seat weigh?
I think 11.5 pounds altogether with the base. So without the base, I think it's a little less. Take it off and check.
Oh
it
no,
out.
the base is heavy. Yeah.
The base is really
you're not
heavy.
carrying the base around.
base is reinforced with steel, and it
Okay.
also has the same things we talked about last time. It has the safety cells which crunch and absorb. It has the on the back. There's certain things that will like tear to absorb the energy. It's all about moving energy with these, which is awesome, and that's what makes the difference for a good safe car seat. You guys, let's see. Britex is awesome. So cray. I know it is cray, Leslie. People are starting to let us know what's up. I love that car seat. Due next month. Let's win this. Myra did say, and funny to the producer. Just remember that, because he does it in some crazy thing. He takes
There we
the
go.
numbers and
Protect
we get it
says
going.
car seat's only 11.5 pounds. Base is 11 pounds on its
own. Yeah,
I
I
felt
knew
that heaviness.
That base was heavy.
But even the car seat itself, it didn't feel as heavy. It didn't feel like.
My nephew is almost a year, and he'd fix perfect. He'd fit perfect. Janet says, "Will this one be available to attach to the Bob stroller?" Well, I'm pretty sure. That I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to say yeah. What do you guys think? Protect. It'll attach to the Bob stroller, right? That's one of your brands. So let's see here. How does it grow with baby to forward facing? Well, look. Here's the deal. When you have an infant car seat and the baby's under 35 pounds, there's a point where people say it's safe to turn it. You should always leave it rear facing, in my opinion. Rear facing is so much safer, you guys, because you remember the trajectory of if you get hit a certain way, the babies can really fly another way. This has 2 levels of safety in it. It's like just got so much stability around the head, absorbing all that energy from crashes. It's a safe way to go. You really want to stay rear facing as long as you possibly can. It can attach with an adapter to the bob, is what they're saying. That's what I was saying. You can take any car seat and any stroller pretty much and find an adapter usually that will work with them, because I had mixed matchy car seats. I had Britex, and then I had the Uppa stroller, and I also had the Bugaboo stroller for the girls. So depending on which girl I had, right? And so with Daisy, we had the Uppa, and my Britex worked fine. My Britex worked fine with my Bugaboo as well, and that was a long time ago because I got old, but it didn't have this lovely, not having to do the new interlacing. Oh God, I hate that. Ugh.
Yeah.
This is so great. You push the button and it grows with your baby. Fantastic. That I love. I was so lazy, right? I hated taking that apart. Okay.
What if my neighbor has an extra car seat and she's gonna give it to me? She's gonna lend it to me. Is that a good idea?
That's a really tough one when you're on a financial budget, but you have to remember you don't know what that car seat's been through, and if it's been smashed or dropped or things have happened, because if it's had any sort of trauma, it's not safe to be used.
And you don't know what kind of trauma it's been in if it's been at your neighbor's house.
And what if your kid doesn't like peanut butter and there's been peanut butter all over it, smells of peanut butter? No, I'm just kidding. There's aversions. There's all sorts of things that happen. Good gravy. Okay, currently available to win from Brian. Currently available at Bye Bye Baby. More stores coming 10-2. So you guys, this is exclusive. And I love Bye Bye Baby because I'm on the Bye Bye Baby show tour right now.
So this is not even in the store yet.
Not even in the store. It's in your
Bye Bye
house.
Baby.
It's in
my
your house. Right now. We're at Callie's right now. It's in her house. So I'm just saying, people.
Good deal.
Just saying. Okay, you guys. So do you guys have any other questions for us before we go on to our next topic? Because we're going to do our next topic. We're going to go kind of quick on it. And then after our next topic, we told you induction was going to be a long one tonight. We'll take a quick break, and then we're going to come back, answer some questions, and sign off. We're going a little over an hour tonight. We're going to go like last time. We can't stop, huh? It's crazy. We love it.
My kids will come in any moment now, and they'll break it up. They'll break up the party.
They're going to break up the party. Look at your puppy's not breaking up the party. The puppy's in the mix.
BC is here again tonight.
BC likes to hang out with us. Okay, BC likes TBG. The birth guy.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about unmedicated birth. Unmedicated birth is a tricky subject for some people. It's a little crazy because people judge other people. People will get a little bit ugly about it if say that they only believe you should have an unmedicated birth, or if you should be having your baby in the field or something like that. You guys have to realize it's all about what you want. It is not about what I want. It's not about what you want. We have our preferences of things, ways we want things to go, and we would have liked things to go for us. Fast, vaginal, easy, go home, have your baby. But unfortunately, that doesn't work for everybody. And you have to understand what your own psychological capabilities are, where you're at mentally, where you're at physically, where your partner's at physically and mentally, what's going on in your life. Maybe you've had great loss in during your pregnancy. I know people who have lost like 4 family members, very close family members, in car accident. It was one family I know while they were about ready to have their baby. That's really tough. So you never know what's going to happen in your life and how things are going to roll. But a lot of people do want to accomplish unmedicated birthing. Did you like the picture I sent you the other day, by the way, the squat bar with the epidural?
Yes.
Even though mom had an epidural, she was up with the squat bar, dad was holding on to her, and they were supporting her, doc was catching. You can still do some movement when you have an epidural. However,
not as much as when you don't have an
epidural. And you're going to go home a lot faster without an epidural and a nice, easy vaginal birth. So check this out. Unmedicated birth, the key to it is the epidural does not exist. Repeat after me, people. I know you're out there. If you want to repeat it in the correct lines there, repeat after me. The epidural does not exist. It is not used for pain. It is only used if I am stalled to help me try and move forward. But it is not a mechanism for pain. You got that? That's what you got to believe. Because when anybody says, I might have an epidural, what happens, Dr. Morales?
They get an epidural.
Pretty much. And my clients that we've even done together are our clients that have been successful with the unmedicated birth. There was no epidural to them. True?
yeah, they just kind of put it in their minds, I'm not going to ask for it, I'm not going to use it.
They write me letters
Right.
saying, do not let me get it. If I ask for it, tell me this is
Right.
not what I really want, to let my body do what it wants to do, and that the epidural doesn't exist unless they really, really say, nope, I'm having it. Well, then they're having it. That's fine. But for the most part, we try and support them in their wishes and desires to help them reach their goals. We're not going to hold them back and say, no, you can't have it.
That's actually torture or assault. I mean, it's like
is.
a bad thing if someone says, I really, really want an epidural. Nope, sorry, we can't do that.
Yeah, that's cruel.
It's available. But
Is that obstetric violence?
I don't
No,
think
not obstetric,
no,
but that's like
that's a something.
torture.
Yeah, that's torture. I mean, that is, right?
Could be.
However, I'm fortunate to work with nurses that are very pro-patient. And if the patient says, you know what, I might ask for an epidural, but really, fill me in on what's going on with my labor, what's going on with my process, am I actually progressing, and let me know so that I can help make a good decision.
Absolutely.
Because if the nurse tells you, if you start asking, okay, I think I'm ready for my epidural now, and the nurse says, well, you're 8 centimeters, hon, you're going to be pushing this baby out within the next 30 minutes to an hour. I mean, it's going to happen fast. That might be just a little bit of verbal oomph that you need in order to get past that house. Like, oh, okay, you're right. You know what? Let me move around. Let me squat. Let me get some activity going to see if I can actually get through this without getting epidural. But let's say you get your first contraction. Okay, ready for my epidural now. Well,
jump in the gun. Remember,
okay, 4
we're trying to get
contractions
you.
in. I want my epidural now.
Yeah, and really, you guys want to keep in mind, once you start going over 4 hours, it starts getting sticky. Where especially if you have a breastfeeding goal, it may be a little trickier, and that may interrupt your breastfeeding goal for a little bit. It'll take a lot more discipline to get your breastfeeding on over the course of the next week, because your baby's going to be a little more sleepy. And if you go over 8 hours, it's even more. And it starts piling up on itself, because babies can't get rid of the drugs as easy. And even though they're changing and not using fentanyl, they're still using some stuff in there, and it's affecting the baby a little bit. So until we have more research on what's going on with these new cocktails, if you really have a goal, you want to kind of try and stay within a certain limit to yourself. I mean, do what you want to do. I'm just telling you. If I'm not telling you, I'm not doing my job. That means that I'm lying to you, and later you'll go, oh my God, you never told me that, blah, 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 blah. So I just told you.
So what can somebody do to prepare? So they're currently pregnant, they're not delivering tomorrow. What can they start to do to prepare at home, at work, with their partner,
Prenatal
with their
yoga.
family? Okay.
Prenatal yoga, doing a lot of cat-cow. I like that a lot. I like them with their family, teaching the family the language. That there's no hurry up. There's no come on baby, we're waiting for you. There's that's terrible for moms. It really sets them back. There's no oh come on grandma's here, let's go. None of that. They have to learn the language. They have to learn that an epidural or having a medicated birth, we don't talk about that. We talk about how you're going to achieve something that our ancestors achieved, because we're all here walking the earth because people had babies that were unmedicated, and everybody breastfed. There was no other options. There were no options for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years. Okay, the options started changing, not too long ago. So over time, you have to think about how your family is going to react, and you surround yourself with the positive people. The other thing is getting closer with your partner, doing things like I like to do with my clients. I make them slow dance, I make them eye gaze, I make them go through a lot of exercises together and commit that time to each other, because then mom's more comfortable when she's in the zone. And when mom's more comfortable, when she has less fear, when she feels supported, what happens?
Well, then she relaxes. And she's able to actually
she's not fighting the oxytocin. And that's the whole game, you guys. The game is where you're at in your head. A medicated birth is very achievable. I like having different stations so that we can move mom around and get her to understand where she's at, and so she feels more comfortable. If she starts losing her focus, we can move her somewhere else and get her focused, refocused. So like hands and knees on yoga mats, the birth ball, standing, squatting, doing a little tug of war with the rebozo, dad doing massage. Always when mom's really getting into it with in labor, I am a really big fan of midwifery style massage, where we're working on the back and the lower back. And for most moms, they like that. Some people don't like it.
And dads can be taught that, right?
Do it. And dads can be taught that. Or if you have a doula or someone that knows what they're doing and they're helping you, they can be doing that while dad is keeping mom on track with eye control, because they've been practicing. My clients practice eye gazing, so the way they do that is they only think positive things about each other during the time that they're practicing their eye gazing. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute exercise where there's no verbal verbal talking, but they're only thinking positive thoughts, or at least that's the goal, and we're hoping that that's what they're doing in their head, because then when they're in labor and mom's having a hard time, dad can grab her by the shoulder or by the arm and look at her and just be like, and look at her, and they take a breath together, and they click back into that, and then the oxytocin flows, and mom feels more comfortable, and it really works. It works. We've done this together before.
So you got to prepare.
Yeah.
You got to prepare your partner.
Prepare your family.
You got to prepare your family.
Yeah.
And you've got to kind of prepare your mindset as well.
And you got to shut people up, because people suck. They really do. That's the bottom line. Even I tell you in my article, I had an article in the Atlantic magazine about tocophobia, the third paradigm I call social tocophobia. I came up with that paradigm, and the reason I came up with it is because people suck. You're pregnant, they come up to you, they tell you the worst things. And on top of that, they start, if you say you're going to have a natural and they didn't have an unmedicated birth, they're like, oh, you're crazy. You get that epidural right away. You won't be able to handle the pain, blah, 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 da, da, da. I'm like, people did it for, most of mankind up until very recently. So slim it down. So you gotta shut them up. You need to tell them, tell me something positive.
Yeah.
It's temporary.
It's temporary.
It's gonna go away. It's gonna go away. It's like when you fall down, you skin your knee, it hurts a little bit. Well, maybe not like that, but
it probably hurts more skinning your knee, because that's a longer time.
Yeah, and then it keeps going, and you're bending your knee, and it hurts.
This isn't weeks on end. But what about in the hospital? What are some different things that you can do? Let's say you get admitted for that induction that we were talking about earlier. I mean, what should you do in the very beginning? You start having a little bit of cramping. What are some things that you can do if you're not getting the IV pain medicine, you're not getting the epidural?
Walk. Take a walk.
Okay. Cool.
That's fine, I think. What do you think?
I think sleep.
Oh, well, sleep for sure. Get up and walk.
Especially
I think,
in the beginning.
Yeah, if nothing's going on, you have to sleep.
You've got to get some rest. You've got to sleep, because it's not go time yet. Like, if you're getting induced, this is a long process. We're looking at least 12 to 24 hours.
30.
So sleep. Just sleep in the beginning, because it's boring. Just get some rest. And then when you do start having those rolling contractions, and they're frequent and they hurt, you've gotten your rest, you've gotten your stamina, you're ready to face them.
I've been at a couple 3-day inductions in the last couple months.
Wow.
3-day inductions. I do. Is that crazy?
That is crazy. Did
they
sleep?
Yeah, no, a little bit, but not much. People get too riled up. They got to learn to sleep. And the one thing I'll tell you guys, when you're in early labor, my trick to people, I always say, sleep, sleep, sleep. Stop it. Go get some dinner, take a little walk with your partner, make some love, go to bed. Right. Party has not started. Until you're in active labor, you're not in the party. You need to try and sleep, because your body will progress more when you're sleeping, for sure.
And super important, if your plan A doesn't work out so well, and you decide, you know what, I really do need something. I need some IV pain medicine, or I do need an epidural, and you've decided that that's the right thing for you, it's okay.
What's a Michael, our patient?
It's there.
He's missing our
for
awesome
a reason.
birthing. Yes, Michael was.
Yes,
hi, Michael. They did.
So it's okay if you do. There should be no birth shaming. There should be no epidural shaming. And likewise, if you achieve that awesome natural birth, please do not shame other people that end up needing something other than an unmedicated
You don't
birth.
know what their life's like. You don't know what they've gone through. You don't know what things have happened
Good
to
for
them.
you. Here's your gold star, but, be
they
supportive.
Get a gold star,
it
too,
takes
for
a
their own
village.
things. It sure does. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, answer some questions, and we're going to wrap it up. We're so glad you guys are here with us on the Preggo Posse Live. Aren't you glad to be here?
It's awesome.
I love it. I got chills. See you guys in a minute. We're back!
We're back on.
Woo! And we're back. I like to say it like that. We're back. Okay. Hey, you guys. Leslie says that she likes having a good time watching us. And Leslie, you've been such a big supporter.
We like having a good time, too.
Thank you. Arlette, the max length is 32 inches. Good. Samantha, you knew. Oh, that's Samantha. Hi, Samantha. Yes, it's 32 inches. I just went and made sure I had that right number. I was going to give that to you. It says, I'm glad I'm watching this. It's so boring in this hospital. You know what, Victoria? You're jamming. You keep it up. You're doing great.
Pretty awesome.
The epidural does not exist. Yes, Megan. Yes. I love that. Such great advice. Thank you, guys. You guys tell your friends about us because we're really trying to build this and build this and build this. We would love to keep continuing doing this. And you know, as we get more sponsors, we're able to do this. We're able to spend our time doing this with you guys. And we love giving you great information. That's what we're here to do. So let's see here. Dawn says, intentions were to have all 4 unmedicated births. However, all 4 were induced, and I needed an epidural, but we're all quick labors. Well, that's good. That happens sometimes, too. You know, baby for some people, induction can hurt a little bit more. So you got your baby in your arms, you got your epidural, big deal. Jessica says that Dr. Morales is the best. I concur.
Thank you.
My baby right here. I love her. You know I love her.
I like Leslie White. The coughing method works great to get baby down. Also laughing. I delivered just last weekend, and she coughed and laughed her baby out. Over a couple contractions, coughing and laughing.
I got to work on my jokes then for my clients.
It was awesome. I've got a pushing one, so
okay.
I'll tell you
can't
one
wait
day.
to hear that. You like my number 3 joke?
Yes.
You guys have to deliver with us in order to get the number 3 joke. Okay, let's see here. I might let it go next week. Pain is only temporary. You're right, Leslie. Samantha, you can do it from Leslie. I love when you guys support each other. We want a community. Yep. What do you guys say we build a community? Do you want us to? Should we do a Preggo Posse private group for you guys just to chat in?
That's
and just be nice to each other, no meanies? For reals.
Only positive.
Okay, we're going to work on that. We're going to think about getting that together. So we'll have to have a moderator. Leslie, maybe that's you.
Victoria asked, does the epidural affect blood sugars? It does not. It can affect your blood pressure when it's first placed because a big bolus can actually make your blood pressures drop, but then they come back up, sometimes with our help and sometimes just on their own, but not blood sugars.
I tried so hard not to with my first baby, but my tolerance of pain is non-existent. I'm hoping that this one to do this one without. Well, you know what, you do what you got to do, like we said. But you know, practice your pain coping. Get into some meditative states. There's some really great hypno CDs that you can buy for birthing, for breathing and breathing your baby down.
Find a combination of things that work for you.
Yeah,
you know, use a little bit of this technique, a little bit of that technique. What works for you?
A little bit of that. A little bit of everything. My great aunt Lila would say that.
A little bit of everything?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything. I don't have a great aunt Lila, but it sounded good, right? Anyway, okay, let's see here.
So I get asked this a lot about. Janet says I have serious low back pain.
Yes.
I'm 28, very active. Could have been the epidural that caused it 7 years ago. My answer is almost always no. The reason being, you do something called lordosis, and that's where you've got your big old pregnant belly. And in order to keep your body, in order to keep it from just tilting over, we automatically put this curve in our low back to redistribute the weight. Well, that curve in the back, as you can imagine, is a lot of stress and strain on the ligaments, on the tendons, on the muscles. So if you're curving your back and holding a bowling ball for 9 months, it's not the epidural that you had for 18, 24 hours.
That's gonna hurt.
It's a fact that you probably unmasked something that was already there by doing that exaggerated lordosis. So physical therapy, get something to help with that, especially if you're very active. For
sure. I want to give you a little tip though. I am actually thinking, I'm pitching this on Wednesday with my publishing company. You know, I have a book coming out in November of 2018. That's a shameless plug. Yeah, let me tell you something. There's going to be online stuff available, and I'm going to do some online Rebozo stuff to help dads and moms work together.
I love the Rebozo.
I love the Rebozo too. We do it all the time, right?
We need to have a segment like that. We need
to
do a
one?
Facebook Live.
All right.
Just with Rebozo.
Do you guys want me to do? You guys want us to do a Preggo Posse Rebozo?
Let's do a pregnant Posse Rebozo class.
We can do that.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. We would love that. We got a kitty coming from the camera. Kitty in front of the camera. Okay, last but not least, we got a couple more things here. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, the hip squeeze. Yes, the hip squeeze made me perform. Helped so much. I'm sure it did. We can do a hip squeeze also with a Rebozo, which is great, or with Amy. Let's see. Billy Joe Keller says yes.
Oh, and how far along must you be in order to get the epidural? There's not really a magic number, and even hospitals are a little bit different with this. So there may be an anesthesiologist, that's the doctor that puts in the epidural, who won't put it in after you are X centimeters. But generally speaking, I've personally seen them put in at all phases. I've seen them put in at 2, really probably too early, and I've seen them put in completely dilated. It didn't start working until after she had delivered the baby, which was unfortunate. But yeah, so they can be put in at any point, but if you're getting one, the sweet spot probably is somewhere between 4 and 7 centimeters, probably a little bit later if possible.
You know what, Dawn, you're right. Wow, a 3-day induction is crazy. It is crazy. It is nuts. It's a lot of patience, and it takes a while. I had copies of my birth plan for my second birth. That helps so much. Yeah, and sometimes when your birth plan's not always going to go the way you want it. It's birth planning, but you have to know that there's some plan Bs and that you have some escape routes in case things don't go the way you want it to go. That's just the way it works. Did your birth go as planned? Is what Leslie asked her, and I'm going to say possibly, but most likely not all the way. Because it never does. We're humans, and things are a little bit different. Is there a max limit centimeters you can be dilated before? Oh, you read that one already? Okay, let's see. I think 7. Nope. We got all that. Anyone in Spring Hill, Florida? Well, you know what? I'm so glad you guys are getting to know each other. I love that. Okay, yeah. Stay tuned for the winners, you guys. We're gonna start giving those away. Who's going to be our first winner for the Lactolite? Oh, okay. Let me look. I've got them here. Apparently, they were texted to me. Our first winner for the Lactolite is Leslie White. Leslie's always here, and apparently you're contributing so much and you're sharing all over the place that we're seeing it. Thank you, Leslie. So go ahead and Leslie, go ahead and email me your address. Just send it to Brian the Birth Guy. Just message me there. Our second winner of the Lactolite. Do you want to say who it is?
Miss Myra Coronado.
Oh, the one that said I was funny.
Yes. Hi, Miss Myra.
It is cool. Hi, Myra. So you're the winner. Do you guys want to know who the grand prize winner is? This is the first. Do you see?
Yeah,
because
I know.
I'm pretty sure that that's not a female.
Is he pregnant?
He must be. Justin. Oh, wait, what was the last name? Sorry, I missed it.
Robinson.
Justin Robinson, you're the winner of the Britex infant car seat. That's not even out yet. The Endeavors, you guys go look up the Endeavors. Really, truly, I'm telling you, I don't endorse products unless I absolutely love them, and I love their product. I used it. You know, I made someone mad at one of the shows I was at because I'm like, I used it with my kids. They're like, you did not. Come on. I'm like, I did. Why would I lie about that? I use it with my kids. I love it. You know, look back in the old days, I got they're all dirty and crazy. Yep. Anyway, you guys, yes, Justin Robinson, your winner. Do me a favor, all of you guys, just message me on the Birth Guy with your address. I will get this to the companies. We will have them drop ship to you. They should be there pretty quickly. I know our last winner was like, when are they coming? I'm like, I promise they're coming. And of course they always do. So, and
let's do some Posse picks. This is something new that we're doing this week.
You guys ready?
Just
Posse picks. Posse
shameless
picks.
Endorsements
Posse
or just
picks.
things. I mean, I've got a complete list of things that I absolutely endorse, either because I used them with my pregnancy or delivery, or my kids, or because I've more recently been introduced to them and I'm super excited about them. And so, my Posse pick for this week is the Little Bird vintage design. So these are super cute onesies, t-shirts, towels, blankets. There are 4 animals after Grace's flock of 4 kiddos. 5. There's 5. And they're super cute, but they're so soft, they're so warm, they're awesome. I love them. I love Little Bird design. So that's my
I think that's a great
pick.
Posse pick. That is one of the best Posse picks I've seen all day. Next to this one. my Posse pick for the night, and I think I may have spoke about this before, but I'm going to do it tonight one more time. My friend Jessica Shortall, check her out. She's an author. She wrote a book that to me is the ultimate breastfeeding hack book. It is called Work, Pump, Repeat. Jessica, awesome. Talking to her, she makes me laugh. We became instant friends. We were both speaking in Los Angeles a couple of years ago, and she was there, and I was there, and it was an outdoor event, mom.me, and we were having a good time just talking. I'm like, you are a hoot. We are besties for life, right? We're going to be friends forever, I think. She's like, yeah, and we have managed to maintain a great friendship.
Awesome.
But that's not the reason I'm telling you about this. I read the book on the way home. I had my headphones on. I'm having a cocktail because it was a long week, because I was not there just for that. I was there for other stuff I had to get done too in Los Angeles, and I'm flying back. My time, cocktail. Somehow I had enough points for first class. I'm not rich. I'm a poor man. But I was in first class drinking cocktails, reading her book, headphones on, music. I'm laughing out loud. And the person next to me keeps looking at me, and I'm like, what? Whatever, freak. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm actually laughing out loud. Like, the book is so funny, but so informative. And, you know, I love that because that's my style too. I like to be funny and make it fun, but I want to give you a lot of information because I would be bored if I was listening to people like, and here we are, you know, that doesn't work for me. And so I love her style. So Jessica Shortall, you are my Posse pick for the week. Work, pump, repeat. Check out her book if you guys are going to breastfeed.
Awesome.
Dr. Morales, it's that time again.
It's that time again.
Look, I got chills too. Again, I got chills. What is that? It makes me so emotional when this happens. You guys, thank you again for joining us on the Preggo Posse Live. And if you guys are going to be in any of the cities I'm going to be in, I would love to meet you. I'm going to be in Georgia next month. Can't remember the date. I know I'll be in Houston in November, and in December I will be in Austin here in Texas. And then we're going to start our 2018 tour dates. We're going to do 20 shows after that.
Wow.
In 2018, and I'm really excited. But those are the next ones I'm on the road with. I know we're going to slip Miami in there. To all of our victims of the storm, we really feel for you guys. There's been so much going on, earthquakes, hurricanes, and we feel for you and your family. We've done, we've tried to help you guys out here, and I hope that you guys are doing much better. And I know that life, the new normal, is not normal. Oh, that makes me sad. Okay. So look out for me if I'm on the road. Come and meet me. I want to meet you guys. I will be also in the next couple weeks. If you live in Houston, any of you guys, check me out. I'm going to be on one of the TV shows. I'll put it up here. It's one of the daytime shows. I think it's at 1 o'clock. I'll let you guys know though as we get closer to that. I think it's going to be in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So as soon as I know, I'll be putting it up. So keep an eye out. And if you're in Houston, you want to come meet me, come out there and meet me. Come to the studio. I'd love that. All right. We'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful time. You can find Dr. Morales at
San Antonio, Texas.
No, what's your Facebook? Go like her Facebook
Kelly
page.
Morales. It's Kelly Morales.
OBGYN.
OBGYN.
Right?
.com.
Yeah, but you can look at some of the posts and you can find, I always tag her, so go back on some of the posts, go and click on it and like her page. And if you guys have other friends, please share my page. I need to get my numbers up high. They want me to have higher numbers. And I need to get those up, and I would love you guys to help me do that. So please share it with your friends, share it all over.
Share pages.
Once again, okay.
Share the video.
Yes.
Share the love.
Yes. Share it all. And thank you guys for the support once again. We'll see you guys next month.
Bye.
Bye.